think the Ravens are the biggest winners in the AFC North this offseason?
This is a team that consistently is going to be in position to contend because of how talented they are. The reality of it is those guys can play.
The AFC should watch out for the Baltimore Ravens this season.
Players in the NFL, certainly one of the best players at quarterback. They got a guy at tailback in J.K. Dobbins, who I think could be an all-pro. They got one of the best tight ends in football, a plethora of perimeter weapons, some health on the offensive line, a very good defensive line, one of the better young linebackers in the NFL, and a top 5 secondary. And no one talks about it.
Yo, what it is? Welcome back to another episode of At the Bank, a Baltimore Ravens podcast. You feel me? Yo, this episode is going to be dope, man. As y'all already know, what the entitle is already, it's called, you feel me? It is now training camp session, you feel me? And I'm so pumped to be here talking about this training camp on this episode, man, because training camp is starting to pick up. It's starting to buzz. It's starting to get into the football season, you feel me? Because now we are under 50 days until the kickoff. And I can't wait to the opening season. But as you can clearly see, I got my orange and black on. And it's a damn good reason why I have my orange and black on. And them Orioles, the Baltimore Orioles are right now sitting in first place in the AL East. You feel me? At 63-40. And we have a whole game and a half lead over front of them Tampa Bay Devil Rays. You feel me? And it feels good to say that the Orioles are sitting in first place. As everybody knows that the Orioles, typically, it's not our favorite bird here. You know what I mean? But at the same time, man, it is dope to have the Orioles sitting at number one. And I can't wait to see how these guys continue their season. I'm pretty sure they're going to make it to the playoffs, in my opinion. You feel me? So shout out to the Orioles. Shout out to them birds across the parking lot. You feel me, man? It is dope to see y'all doing it. And can't wait to see the end result of how the season go for the Orioles. So as y'all already know, baby, 4-1-0. But forget, nothing about those birds now. Let's talk about these black and purple birds, these Baltimore Ravens. Like I said, the training camp is now in session, you feel me? And it's dope. And one of the moves that we made, and a lot of people has been giving us backlash on making this move, is that Melvin Gordon is now a Baltimore Raven. Melvin Gordon signed a 1-year deal worth up to $3.1 million. And a lot of people is questioning this move. A lot of people is asking, why did we make this move? What's up with J.K. Dobbins? Don't we still got Gus Edwards? Don't we still have other running backs like a Justice Hill on our lineup, on our roster? And why do we waste money on another running back when the running back value is very, very low? Why did we pay that much money for that running back if the value is very low? And I had to sit back and I had to, kind of agree with some of the flockers out here, man. I wasn't sold on the Melvin Gordon signing that first either, man, because, if you just check back the history of Melvin Gordon, coming out of the first round, pick to the San Diego Chargers, who is now the Los Angeles Chargers. He was coming out of, if I'm not mistaken, out of Wisconsin, if I'm not mistaken, and he was a top running back. He was making noise as he was going through the college ranks. And he came to the NFL pros the first couple of years. You've seen that the growth was growing for Melvin Gordon. And Melvin Gordon was coming to be a top running back in this league. But then Melvin Gordon just started falling off. Starting to have a lot of fumble trouble, starting to have a lot of injury troubles. Can't stay on the field. Stuff like that. And it just sometimes we scratch our heads and try to figure out why is this a good fit for the Baltimore Ravens. So let's take a look at Gordon's resume a little bit. He played 108 games. He is now carried over 1,500 carries with 1,567. He has now had 6,462 yards. He's averaging 4.1 yards per carry. He is averaging 59.8 yards per game. He has 55 touchdowns, and he has 26 cough-ups. Whew, those right there. That last one. That last one, man. That 26 cough-up is just not good. You know what I mean? There's something that, as a Baltimore Ravens fan, we try to value these running backs, man. It's just we are not understanding, like, why would you make this move, man? You know what I mean? What are we thinking here? And like I said, I had to sit back. I had to dig deep. I had to really, really find out why it makes sense for Melvin Gordon to be here in the Baltimore Ravens camp. You feel me? And like I said, by all means, just because, I just want to make this clear to y'all, just because he signed a deal does not mean he will last or make the 53-man roster. Let me repeat that again. Just because he signed the deal does not mean that he will make the 53-man roster. You know what I mean? But if Melvin Gordon decides, or the Ravens do decide to carry on with Melvin Gordon and bring him onto the 53-man roster, it's a couple of things that we probably need to think about. And one of the things I really want everybody to think about. Now, I understand the fumbles and the history and all that. But one thing I want to think about is insurance policy. He is most definitely an insurance policy. As of right now, as I stated, we do not know what is the situation with J.K. Dobbins right now. It's it's a mind scratching, it's mind boggling, it's everything that we are just trying to be in the frustrating world, just trying to figure out, what is J.K. doing? Is he making a right move for himself? Is he doing something crazy? Is this going to be another situation like Le'Veon Bell a couple of years ago? You know what I mean? Is he going to play if he's going to not be in the league as too much longer? You feel me? So it's a lot of things. But for Melvin Gordon, man, it most definitely has been predicted as sometimes that, another running back was going to come in the mix regardless. You know what I mean? Because of the whole J.K. Dobbins situation. Because J.K. Dobbins situation just didn't pop up on us. It's been going on for a nice little minute now. You feel me? So, you know what I mean? With the uncertainty with J.K. Dobbins' contract and health situation and Gus Edwards' health situation, it's like, oh, okay. Starting to make sense now. You know what I mean? We're not 100% sure if Gus Edwards or JK is going to be ready for the opening season. You know what I mean? And with them not being ready for this opening season, during that time, we only had Justice Hill as our running back. The only lonesome running back until training camp started. So that was another reason why Melvin Gordon signing happened. You know what I mean? And then, like I said, okay, now it's starting to make sense that we do need some running backs on the list. And as of right now on the roster, we have a total of 5 running backs. That's including Melvin Gordon. That's including J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards, Justice Hill. And we got some other guys that's trying to make the squad also. Excuse me. So, you know what I mean? That right there, insurance policy has to be stuck in our mind right now. It has to be like right now because we don't know, like I keep saying, the uncertainty of J.K. Dobbins. And I told you, I totally believe that J.K. Dobbins is a dynamic running back. And I believe that he can be one of the top running backs in this league. You know what I mean? But at this time right now, it just looked like that he's not putting himself in the predicament of trying to be a top running back. You know what I mean? Now, as far as money-wise, yes, he is trying to put himself there into that top running back category. But right now, in the production-wise, it's just like, we kind of got to think about it. You know what I mean? With the injury history and with the way that the NFL is going right now, it seems like that the running backs are just non-existent right now. You know what I mean? So, like I said, and another thing about this whole Melvin Gordon signing, it's a cheap deal. And a lot of people kept saying, well, you got Dalvin Cook out there. We got Ezekiel Elliott out there. We got all these other type of running backs that's out there right now. How come that we went and signed Melvin Gordon? And like I said, it's a cheap deal. It's a guy that is who showed that he can be productive and can be a top running back in his league. You know what I mean? But due to his health and due to those damn fumbles, because my God, I'm pretty sure that was the reason why his contract was low. It's because of his fumbles. You know what I mean? That we had to just go out here and just get a cheap deal right now. You feel me? So, and Melvin Gordon was the guy to go out here and get the cheaper deal because Ezekiel Elliott just want, if I'm not mistaken, just about $5 million, just on 1 year. And I'm pretty sure we all know Dalvin Cook is a home run hitter. He will fit in anybody's offense, but at the price that he's asking for, we don't have it right now. We just signed Lamar. We just gave out that big deal. You feel me? So as of right now, signing Melvin Gordon was probably the best move for us. You know what I mean? Because like I said, though, coming into the camp with bodies, and the thing about Melvin Gordon is that he didn't even play a whole season last year. He played half the season right before the trade deadline that with the Denver Broncos, and the shit mess that Denver Broncos was in. You know what I mean? They did. Nathaniel Hackett is just terrible. You know what I mean? He did a terrible job in Denver. And if y'all want more stories on that, check my man Bryce Carver on Carving It Up podcast on the GRYD Network. He explains more and get deep into it. But Melvin Gordon finally he gets traded, goes to the Kansas City Chiefs, where he wins a Super Bowl ring. Now, he didn't get that many carries or got any carries at all in Kansas City. But him sitting behind the great mind of Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes and the good running backs. Not gonna say great because they are good. They have not yet to be reached that great status, but they got good running backs that's already dead. Melvin Gordon, once again, was an insurance policy, and it paid off for him. That insurance policy got him a ring. You know what I mean? So as of right now, I think that the Ravens did a smart move for signing Melvin Gordon. I like I said, I understand the history, but signing Melvin Gordon was a smart move on the Ravens to bring in an extra body in. You feel me? So, and then I also feel like, with this cheap deal, that even if Melvin Gordon makes the team, but if JK and Gus is able to be healthy and able to perform, these guys are going to get the majority of the carries. You know what I mean? And by them getting the majority of the carries, which means Melvin Gordon will not get his full money. He won't get all his money for the simple fact because, some of his incentives is tied up into his contract. So he's not able to reach his incentives. And I hate to say that because you never want to keep a man down trying to get his money and trying to pay for his family and, whatever he got to do in his personal life. But at the same time, it's a business decision. It's a business move. I'm pretty sure they explained that to him when they gave him that contract to say, hey, man, this is a possibility that we still have our running backs here. So if you so happen do not get on the field and you cannot get your all your stats that we all got into this contract, you will have to take a little bit of that pay cut. You will probably be into that $900K to $1 million. And I'm pretty sure Melvin Gordon just said, hey, you know what? Just give me the opportunity. Everything else will fall. You feel me? So Melvin Gordon signing to the Baltimore Ravens is not such a bad idea, in my opinion. You know what I mean? I just feel like it was other areas that we could have went in and maybe signed like a pass rusher. You know what I mean? We still need that pass rusher presence, man. I feel like Oway and Jobe will be able to show some what they can do this year. And I think this is Oway time right here. If he don't get this right together this season, man, I think we're gonna see Oway away from out of the flock. You know what I mean? So it's just like things that it's just I felt like at first the Ravens should have spent money somewhere else. But like I said, insurance policy and cheap deal sounds like a good business strategy to me. You feel me? So hopefully Melvin Gordon, man, do not come here with these fumbling troubles. Do not come in here with being a distraction, which I don't think you will be a distraction. But you come in here with these fumbling problems, the Flock Nation will turn on you. And you know what? While I'm on there, and another good thing about the Ravens, if you check the Ravens history, when we come in, bring in running backs that people really don't want, Justin Forsett, Alex Collins, names like that just come up the top of my head while I'm just thinking. They were successful in the Ravens organization. They was able to become 1,000-yard backs. They was able to become Pro Bowlers. They was able to get another deal with another team. You know what I mean? And able to be a starter on another team. So it's a plus coming here as a running back at times. You know what I mean? Look at Latavius Murray came here a couple years ago, and he's still able to play on teams. Kenyon Drake, I'm pretty sure Kenyon Drake was going to make it to a team somewhere. You know what I mean? It's just when you come here into the Ravens organizations, it tends to, for running backs, that it works out for you. You know what I mean? So Melvin Gordon, man, you better not better. I hope you can come in and grab this opportunity and show that you deserve this opportunity at this point in time. You feel me? So like I said, good business move, good strategy that the Ravens is trying to do. Bringing in Melvin Gordon with the insurance policy, because like I said, right now we don't know what is going on with J.K. Dobbins. All right, let's get into the comments real quick, man. Who we got here? My guy Purnell, man, great pod, my dude. Appreciate you as always, man. Check out my man Purnell. He has the Commanders on Demand podcast on the GRYD Network, and he also got his Sports PSP podcast. So make sure we show him some love on that. My guy Patrick, plus he got a Super Bowl ring with the Chiefs. 100, yes. He most definitely did get the ring with the Super Bowl Chiefs. And by him not actually playing a full season, I just feel like that Melvin Gordon maybe still got some legs underneath of him. You know what I mean? He's going to be able to push through and show that he still got some juice left. You know what I mean? The only thing I just got to see, man, is just the fumbling problems. You feel me? So shout out to you, Patrick, man. Appreciate you commenting. My man Barry, man, we in here. Of course, man. Of course we in here, Doug. That's what the GRYD Network is about. You know what I mean? It's showing the love, the respect, and we in here. And we ain't going to stop until we get to where we want to be at. You feel me? So, man, shout out to the comments right there, man. I appreciate y'all very, very much. All right, man, let's get into some camp news, man. Let's get into some injuries and what's going on in the camp right now. Let's get into some injuries real quick. The injuries that we have coming into the camp right now, after day 3 of the camp. We still Nick Moore, our long snapper, will be out for the whole season. He tore his Achilles on day 1 of the camp, man, and it sucks. We never want to see anybody goes down with any type of injury, man. Doesn't matter if you're the water boy, towel boy, equipment manager, doesn't matter. We love all our positions, you feel me? So Nick Moore, man, most definitely have a speedy recovery, man. Can't wait to have you back next season, or maybe this season, whenever your health is able to put you back onto the field, man. Rashad Bateman, as we all know, Rashad Bateman is just coming back off that foot injury. He's on that PUP list right now. He's most definitely working his way back onto the field. I've been seeing him doing his individual workouts, and he's starting to look real good for us, man. So shout out to my man Rashad Bateman. I got high hopes for Bateman this year, man. So I really do need him back on the field, man, because I feel like that Rashad Bateman can be our number 1 wide receiver this year. And I feel like Rashad Bateman will be our number 1 wide receiver this year. It's just all about him staying healthy and staying on the field. You feel me? Pepe Williams, you know what I mean, is also one of our corners. Our slot corners is most definitely taking a little bit of injury bug. He's starting off on the PUP list too. Most definitely can't wait to have him back on the field. We need all the slot corners. We need all the corners that we can possibly get this year, man, because like I said, I feel like that's another downgrade on our defensive side that we most definitely going to have to pay attention to. And we most definitely going to have to, let's say, bolster that up a little bit. You know what I mean? Because our DBs is very thin this year again. And by the signing of Marcus Peters getting signed to the Las Vegas Raiders, that really hurt me. That was my guy, man. I think that him and Marlon Humphrey was playing good side by side together. You know, at times that Marcus Peters do give up a lot of big plays, do give us some touchdowns, but at times that Marcus Peters do show you why he's a top corner in this league. So I know that the Raiders is getting a top-notch corner. Excuse me. I really wish you nothing but the best over there, but you ain't with the Flock Nation no more, Marcus Peters. So Pat Ricard is also one of my favorite Ravens, is also on the pup list also. He's coming back off an injury that he most definitely sustained during the offseason. Nothing major. It's just him trying to gradually work his way back into football playing shape. And I can't most definitely wait till he step back on the field, man, because this football right here, my guy Pat Ricard, a couple years ago when I went to the stadium, to the Ravens Stadium, signed my kid's football, man. Pretty dope, pretty good dude. So I'm wishing him a speedy recovery as also. Bowser is most definitely coming back to our training camp on the pup list also, man. One of our pass rushers, edge rushers that we have on our team. Pretty good, solid dude, man. I just wish he can just take that extra step to being a real solidified pass rusher, and most definitely getting to the point to he is being watched. He's being double teamed, stuff like that. But hopefully he can come back this season. Most definitely get his legs back, because that's most definitely what he's hurting right now is his legs. So can't wait to have him back, man, and step on his field, man, off that pup list, man. And another news off the injuries right now. That's all the injuries that we have coming into the camp right now. A player has been released. Travion Mullen, a cornerback that we had signed last year. If I'm not mistaken, it's Lamar Cousin also. Has been released from the Baltimore Ravens. He tried to hide an injury, didn't want to speak up on it. Pretty much, this is the rumor that I have. You know what I mean? But for sure that he is no longer on the team anymore. The rumor is that he tried to hide an injury. The Ravens organization wasn't appreciating that and most definitely gave him the boot up out of here. So he was no longer a flocker, and now he is on a free agent list now. So I was really looking forward to seeing what he had to offer on that corner list, because like I said, with Marcus Peters being gone, that other side of the corner, man, is looking real shaky. We got to figure out who is going to be that guy on the other side of Marlon, man. Is it going to be Rock Yashin? Is it going to be? I thought it was going to be Travion Mullen. Is it going to be Pepe Williams? Is it going to be who? Is it going to be our rookie Kelly? Who is going to be our other corner over there is the question that we most definitely need to pay attention to throughout this whole training camp, man, is figuring out who is our next corner and where is this pass rush of the defense is going to come from. So another thing that's coming out of the training camp is that Zay Flowers is most definitely getting his flowers right now. You feel me? He is getting a lot of praises, a lot of love coming out of his first training camp, man, and that's dope. You know what I mean? That's a good sign that he is getting this much hype. He's getting this much attention right now because, like I said, that wide receiver room has something to prove this year. And if y'all don't already know yo, go back to my previous episode about the wide receiver room, and you can see how I really feel about the wide receiver room. I feel like this is the big stage. This is the big opportunity for us. And with Zay Flowers having a stellar training camp so far, man, and it's really showing that great things is upon us on that wide receiver room. You feel me? That it got to the point that my guy got a nickname, from Lamar. And Lamar is, and the rest of the Ravens flock is also pretty much giving him this nickname also. They're giving him the nickname Joystick. You know what I mean? Which is, I can kind of see. He's very fast, very elusive. He can break out of some tackles. It's going to be hard for him to bring down at times. It's almost going to look like he's playing Madden. It look like, you feel me? So I can most definitely see that name fitting him. I can see that name becoming him. Now, the only thing about this that I don't want this to go to his head too much. You feel me? You know what I mean? I felt like when we gave the name, well, we didn't really give the name. He came into our organization with the name Hollywood Brown, Hollywood, and I felt like that sometimes that name really got to his head. I felt like that he wasn't Hollywoodish, you know what I mean? But for Zay Flowers right now, getting as much praise, getting as much respect, taking his time, because I was also watching a video of Zay Flowers saying that all the vets is pretty much coming in, talking to him, is able to adjust to him, giving him good advice, and he's able to take on that advice. You feel me? So I just really think that Zay Flowers will be a great addition. You know what I mean? A great addition to our wide receiver room and to the organization. I feel like that if he can eclipse a great milestone, like such as maybe if he can get over close to 700 yards receiving, that'll be dope. I feel like that he's capable of doing that. But right now, we still in helmets and t-shirts. You know, everybody looks good in helmet and t-shirts. Let's see how he really looks in the pads. You know what I mean? And I feel like that he will get his time and he will show that he is that good in the pads. You feel me? So call him the joystick right now. You feel me? So check out my guy. You feel me? Let's see. Do we got any more comments right now? My guy Patrick. Rookies need that sound advice in order to succeed in his career. Yes, I really do believe that, because also somebody else, I think it was Morgan Moses, has also said seeing him and is what he's able to do is unbelievable on the field. You know what I mean? And then sitting down and talking to him is even feel like that he's already in his third year in the league. And you know what I mean? Once you can feel like you once a veteran can talk to you and you feel like you mature enough to have a veteran conversation, that's dope. You know what I mean? That shows that where his mindset is. His mindset is already on the next level. He's not with the little boy stuff right now. You know what I mean? So that's what that makes it dope, that I feel like Zay Flowers will be a great addition coming into camp this year, coming into our organization period. You know what I mean? I just feel like that he is that guy. You know what I mean? Some other news I would like to get into. You know what I mean? Before as I'm getting closer to wrapping this episode up. NFL Top 100s had came out, and 3 of our Ravens had made the list already. Now, I don't know if that's a good thing or was that a bad thing at times, you know what I mean? But I'm a guy that looks at the glass half full and not half empty, so I'm going to say it's a good thing, because number one, that of all the 1,000 players that's in the league, you know what I mean, at least that we are able to crack the top 100. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's a dope accomplishment. That's a great accomplishment. But the only thing how I say this glass half empty is for the simple fact that where did they rank at in the top 100? It's like as soon as the 100 came on, you was automatically seeing a Raven. It's like, golly. And the first Raven that made the list was Marlon Humphrey, coming in number 92. And I was like, hold on, Marlon Humphrey, 92? Are you got to be? How many other cornerbacks is going to be in front of him? And that's what the things that I most definitely can't wait to see is how many other more cornerbacks that are in front of him, how many cornerbacks is getting love. Because for a cornerback that did not allow any touchdowns last year, I felt like you should have bumped him up. You know what I mean? He better not be the last corner on this damn list, man. Because, like, I'm not understanding. Marlon Humphrey perfected the peanut punch. Marlon Humphrey perfected the not letting a receiver score a touchdown on him. Marlon Humphrey is, like I say, he's not a shutdown corner. But I believe in this league, he is a top 10 cornerback in this league. And you got to tell me number 92 is the best you can do. Whew. That really bothered me, man. Because like I said, man, I feel like I'm not saying that Marlon Humphrey is the top corner in this league. He shouldn't be over, like I say, maybe like a Sauce Gardner or a Patrick Surtain. You know what I mean? Somewhere up in that list. But to be 92, I can tell you right now, if Patrick Surtain is any higher than Marlon Humphrey, we got a problem. Another Raven that made the list, and I felt like he should have been bumped up too. Mark Andrews has made number 80 in the top 100 for a tight end that's top 3 tight ends in this league. In my opinion, top 2 tight end in this league. You got the nerve to tell me that Mark Andrews fell down in 80? Where's George Kittle going to fall at? Where's Travis Kelce going to fall at? I have to see where these guys are going to fall at. If George Kittle didn't already fall on the list. If George Kittle did not fall on the list, we have a problem again. Like Mark Andrews, he's like 7-11. I didn't gave you his stats on top tier tight end episode a couple of weeks ago, and why I felt like that Mark Andrews is a top tier tight end. But at the same time, man, I felt like the Ravens is still not getting no respect. You know what I mean? It's like, come on. I understand that it's being voted by the peers of the NFL, but come on, y'all. 80, number 80 on this list. And let's go. The third person that made the list. And I can see some people had made some type of arguments for this guy. You know what I mean? Why he made a drop. But I think he made a dramatic drop. I don't think that he should have been this low down here into this poll. Lamar Jackson has made number 72 on the 100 list. I felt like Lamar Jackson should have been higher. I feel like Lamar Jackson should have been at least in the top 50. If we're going to give Lamar praise of saying that he is a top 10 quarterback in this league, you sit here telling me that number 72 is the best we can do. You know what I mean? I feel like that Lamar, like I said, should have been in the top 50. Now, I understand that Lamar has injury bugs issues the last 2 seasons. I totally get it. But you now made him a top paid quarterback in this league. You know what I mean? We already seen that once Lamar steps on the field, that it's totally different. The Ravens changed their whole organization, their whole offense, changed everything just for Lamar. He's a unanimous MVP. You know what I mean? And we got the nerve to sit here and put my guy at number 72. I'm not liking it. You know what I mean? I think that he should have been in the top 50. I'm not going to be too greedy. You know what I mean? I think top 50 would have really solidified him. And I think that if we really dig deep, man, like how many other better players than Lamar Jackson in this league? You know what I mean? So I really just think that the peers of this NFL really was bugging on this. He was tripping. Don't like it. But this is the year that I think that the Ravens will turn everything around. I think Marlon Humphreys will go up from 92 to up in the 70s. I think that Mark Andrews will fit into the 60s next year. And I think that Lamar Jackson will be in the top 20 next year. You know what I mean? If everything goes right this season, I think that things will change for us. You feel me? So I see it. I feel it. I just don't understand it right now. But, you know, they did us dirty on this one. You feel me? So, you know what I mean? But shout out to the top 100s. You know what I mean? Shout out to Marlon Humphrey. Shout out to Mark Andrews. Shout out to Lamar Jackson for even making this list. I feel like that we will do better this year. You feel me? Got to do better this year. All right, as I'm sitting here wrapping this episode up, I appreciate y'all. You feel me? We have a stadium practice today. To all my flockers, if you got some time, if you have not already got your free tickets or however the situation is, how we get our tickets. If you didn't get that link, I think that you need to hurry up because today we got a stadium practice today. It's going to be free autographs for the kids. The gates open at 11:45, which is opening up within another hour or so. Practice will start at 12:45. Get out there early. I advise y'all to get out there early. If you can get out there early, you get some good seats. You can get some good shade maybe underneath the scoreboard because you already know that stadium is wide open, that the sun will be beaming into that stadium. And to everybody that's actually going to this stadium practice, I wish I was going this year. This is the first year in a long time that I have not will be able to attend the stadium practice. I got some family things going on today, but I guarantee you that I will be keeping my eye out. I will be watching the Ravens live, all that, as see what's going on to this camp, man. But to everybody that's going out to the stadium practice, man, make sure y'all stay hydrated. Make sure y'all stay cool. Try to get as much shade as you possibly can. You feel me? Because like I said, it's going to be hot. We are in cold red in Baltimore these next couple of days. So stay hydrated, stay cool as much as you possibly can. You feel me? All right. And like I said, man, I appreciate everybody for tuning into this episode, man. Like I said, the flock camp, the camp season is started. Training camp is in session. Preseason is coming up. I got some good things that's coming up for the At the Bank, man. Stay tuned to all the opening, all the good things that I got coming to At the Bank right now, man. Like I said, on week 1, I will be at the tailgate and I will be going live on Instagram. So please, everybody, if you're not following my social media platforms, especially my Instagram, it's right there on the screen, At the Bank _podcast. Make sure y'all go follow that, because like I said, on the tailgate, I will be going live on Instagram as I interact with some of the fans, as I get their predictions and what they feel like this season has entailed for us. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that. You feel me? And let's give a couple shout outs right here to the GRYD Network. The GRYD Network is where you get your official At the Bank podcast. You feel me? Just make sure y'all tune in and follow the GRYD Network on all our social media platforms, whether it's YouTube, whether it's TikTok, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Facebook. Make sure you follow the GRYD. Dare to be different. Enter the GRYD, you feel me? Because once you enter the GRYD, I guarantee you, you're going to get great podcasts, dope shows coming up. You got the Commanders on Demand. We got Carving It Up podcast. We got Clutch Sports with my man Ryan. And speaking of Clutch Sports, make sure y'all tune in tomorrow at Clutch Sports on the GRYD Network at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 a.m. Pacific Time. You feel me? As I join that show with my man Ryan, we're going to be sitting here talking about the Ravens and the AFC North. You feel me? So make sure y'all tune in. I guarantee it's going to be a dope episode, because y'all already know whatever show I'm on is going to be dope. But make sure y'all check out All Even Podcast with my guy Barry. Make sure y'all, if y'all into the UFC, the mixed martial arts, man, make sure y'all check out Outside the Cage, man. These guys is giving out dope content. You feel me? It's real dope. Like I said, all you gotta do is follow the GRYD, and you will be entered to the GRYD. You feel me? And also make sure, because this is a big announcement for me. MTMO Sports Podcast, My Thoughts, My Opinion Sports Podcast anniversary episode will be this Thursday, and it will be live. You feel me? Make sure y'all go follow my social media platforms. Make sure y'all go follow me on YouTube. Make sure y'all keep following the GRYD, because it will be on the GRYD Network. It will be on MTMO YouTube channel. It will be on my Twitter. So just make sure y'all tune into that anniversary episode, because I guarantee you what I got in store, it's going to be dope. You feel me? I got a special guest going to be hopping in as I'm showing this up and coming great talent coming out of Baltimore, Doug. So I cannot wait to introduce them to y'all. So make sure y'all go follow MTMO _sports podcast, yo. It's going to get you what you want in the sports world. Like I said, just make sure y'all follow the GRYD Network, because we got everything popping. And speaking of everything, man, like I said, MTMO, the GRYD Network, has linked up with Walk a Mile in Our Shoes. If y'all pay attention to My Thoughts, My Opinion interview, when I interviewed Eugene Campbell as he was playing overseas over in Portugal, he is now home. I will be linking up with him on August 19th, and we got a great service of giving back to the less fortunate. So make sure if y'all got anything y'all would like to donate, as far as clothes, as far as shoes, as far as body products, you know what I mean, as far as toothpaste, deodorant, stuff that the less fortunate needs, man. Make sure y'all go hit my DM at MTMO_sports podcast. Say you would like to be a part and would like to contribute, or you can go follow Walk a Mile in Our Shoes. You know what I mean? Please, this is a big deal. Bringing some great positive energy to my city, to Baltimore. You know what I mean? And I think this is a great light for us. So make sure y'all go follow that movement as I've sit here and try to help my city out, and you know what I mean, stop making us be the top dangerous city to enter. You feel me? We're going to be a top city that you will want to mention and in a good light. You feel me? So make sure y'all follow that movement, man. And to all my Flock Nations, man, let's see if we got any comments. We got some comments. My guy Rod, man, my dog, what's happening with you, Doug? How you feeling? Like I said, man, just make sure y'all follow the grid. Make sure y'all follow me. Like I said, great things are coming. You know what I mean? And as I sit here and close this episode out, man, I appreciate everybody that tune in, that comments, that follow, all that. This would not be here without y'all. You feel me? So, as always, big trust. And I catch y'all when I catch y'all. Y'all feel me?